Hey friends, welcome back to the Stationery Junkie. This is Anne. It's already the 1st of March as I filmed this, so I thought it would be a good video topic to go through my health journal or my health planner. Let's just get right into it. So I have two Hobonichi Weeks sized planners. This is last year with my sterling ink N2. This is also my health journal. If you've had the opportunity to watch how I use my health planner, I will link it up in the cards so that you can understand how I use this planner, because this is basically the same layout, trackers, and system that I'm using this year. I am using a 2025 Hobonichi Weeks planner in through the Purple Night design, and it's going really well, to say the least. The layout that I have set from last year is basically the same as this year, albeit a few tweaks and changes to further enhance how I use a health journal. Just very quickly to go through how I use this planner. Maybe some of you know Sterling Ink has a goal breakdown where I also included the goal breakdowns that I had health-wise. The quarterlies, this is where my tracking system lives. So every quarter I log whatever habit or whatever statistic I want to keep track of on a monthly basis. In the monthlies, I keep track of my step count, my period, my weight as well. And if ever I have any doctor's appointment, I put it out on the calendar as well. That goes for myself and my husband's doctor's appointments. And in the weeklies, I log in the food that I eat. And in the notes section, I have a couple more trackers here wherein I keep track of my sleep, my mood, and my pain levels, as well as some of the stuff that I've eaten, because it's not quite easy to keep track of it if I list it down like this. So I do food tracking in two different ways, wherein I log specifically what I ate, and I also qualify like what kind of food are they in this kind of tracker, so that I know like how many times have I eaten sweets or pastries or fruits and stuff like that, and then I can count the frequency that I eat. And I also did some health journaling here at the notes section, but then at the tail end of Q4 I didn't do that much, but I was really going strong with the tracking. So in a sense, my health planner is kind of like a health log. All right, let's go into the 2025 health planner that I have. As I mentioned, this is a Hobonichi Weeks through the Purple Night cover. I'm not gonna go very in-depth into how I've set it up. I'm just gonna walk you through the layouts and how I'm using each section, because I'm pretty sure for those of you who are into planners, you already know the layout of a Hobonichi Weeks. So with regards to the yearly tracker, I use it as my step count tracker. I put in some key or a legend that quantifies how many steps that I've taken, and I color code them. So I have a very good idea, a snapshot at a glance view of the quality or the number of steps that I take every single day. I have yet to fill out until the end of February, but that's fine because that's all accounted for in the monthlies. That's how I've been using it. Same as my 2024 Sterling Ink N2 planner. I keep track of my steps and my weight in the monthly section, and I change things up a little bit wherein in the monthly section I also keep track of my sleep score and the REM score. I get the numbers from my smartwatch that I have here. There's an app and it churns out all of the numbers that I need to put it here in the monthly section, and I keep track of it on a weekly basis. And in the beginning of January, I did some habit tracking here at the sidebar, but I moved it already to the notes section. So I just want to show you how my monthly looks like, and I also color code it, wherein red is something that is not favorable, like if my weight has gone up or if I did not do my prescribed 10K steps every day, I mark it as red. And I also keep track of my husband's blood pressure numbers here. So this is how I've been using the monthly section, which is really working well for me because I always have this daily habit of keeping track of weight and steps. And it's a good thing because I also keep it in a digital app, so that even if I miss a day in writing in my health journal, I can always go back to the app and backtrack here and fill it out in the monthly section. And when it comes to the weeklies, the same thing that I do with the Hobonichi weeks, or rather the same thing that I do with the Sterling Ink planner, I keep log of everything that I eat. So this is breakfast, lunch, snacks / dinner, the medications that I take, if I do take them, that includes any pain meds, vitamins and such. I also keep track of my physical symptoms, whether it's a headache or a backache and stuff like that. And the last column is dedicated to keep track of my mood. So I just describe what I'm feeling in that day. So there are some sections wherein I don't write anything in this third column, wherein that is the one for my snacks / dinner. Reason is that if I don't eat any dinner or eat any snacks, then I don't fill it up. So that's how it's been going. I recently have changed it a little bit, wherein I highlight a certain section of the food log if I feel that there is something that has contributed to my weight gain when I weigh myself the next day, just so I am aware. And I know I do not reference this portion every month. I just do a daily log. It's a daily habit of mine to write down what I eat. And even if I don't reference this section, I am always thinking about what I ate, and it keeps things at the top of my head when it comes to weighing every day. I know not a lot of people weigh themselves every day, but I do, and that's just a personal choice because I want to keep track of the movement of my weight loss journey. It's a long story. And anyway, I keep track of that here. And lastly, in the notes section, I do my, I keep log of the health exam results that I have, because I do a yearly health checkup with my hospital, and whatever the results, I keep log of it here, at least the ones that are really important, like my weight, my BMI, my good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and stuff like that, and see if there has been any improvement from the time I first started, which is 2023. I started keeping log of my health exam results. And last year, I keep track now of the things that I really need to watch out for. And that's the reason why I built in several trackers here in the notes section. I know it might be very tedious for some, but this is something that I've built for myself because, and still going strong on the second year, I really want to prioritize my health. If, like me, you are like in your 40s and there are some pains and chronic illnesses that you are undergoing or going through, you would want to keep track of it. And that's what I'm doing right here. By no means you don't need to do this extensive tracking. It's really a personal choice because it's something that I really want to consciously be aware of. In the notes section, I make use of the Sterling Ink monthly calendar freebies that I print on vellum paper, and I stick it here. It acts as a divider in the notes section. And just as I have done with my Sterling Ink N2 health planner, I have built in my own trackers here. As you've seen in the previous planner, I still keep track of my sleep, my mood, and my pain in this line graph. I also keep this table of like quantifying the stuff that I've eaten, so it's easier for me to keep track at the end of the month. I do this because I'm really very conscious of tracking my weight, and to do that, the thing that I've changed this year from the last is that I've made a conscious effort to decrease my sugar intake. That includes sweet drinks, pastries, candy, chocolate, and stuff, and also to lessen my bread intake, because those things are processed in your body and they turn to sugar, and that inflames your body. I keep track of it, and really the reason why I do this is because I see the effects of it and I see the logic behind it, because I see the changes that are happening in my body, and this is qualified and quantified in the trackers that I've built in here. I know it's probably sounding very nerdy to you, but I'm really very happy with the system that I have put together in this journal, and that's working really well. That's why I continue to do the same kind of layout month on month. So this is my tracker. I've also implemented a new thing, which is a self-care bingo. And by no means, ideally I want to make sure that I want to fill up the entire bingo, right? I do the things that I've set out to do here, but this is something new that I'm trying, and I'm trying to give myself grace if I do not accomplish everything that is what I've set out here in the self-care bingo. But it's nice to have. It keeps me aware that I need to take care of myself by doing these things that help me decompress and de-stress and breathe from the anxieties that I am most often than not feeling on a monthly basis. And lastly, at the end of every month, I have a end of month check-in page wherein I keep track of what worked, what did not work, what to improve, and what to keep. So I reference all of these trackers at the end of the month to see if some of the trackers or if some of the habits that I am tracking in the month are actually working. If I'm struggling with certain habits in fulfilling them, if I need to recalibrate or maybe change something up with the stuff that I am keeping track of, then I will assess the situation here, specifically with the did not work portion, and to improve. I like this part that I'm implementing this year because it helps keep me accountable with the things that I'm tracking. So it's not just something that I track for the sake of tracking. There is a purpose and there is a reason why I'm doing this. And for February, I do the same thing, and I keep note of the results of last month to this month because I just finished doing my end of month reflection or assessment of how are all these trackers working, and did anything happen in terms of my weight loss journey and keeping track of my pain levels and my mental health. So I also added a new, I remember, if you recall, I mentioned in the monthly section I was doing some habit tracking here, but the sidebar in the monthly section is so narrow, and I wanted to add a couple more habits, but that would not be possible if I keep it here in the sidebar, so I transferred it here in the notes section. So now I am tracking these habits. My self-care bingo is still here, and I'm happy to say that I have finished, or I have done almost all except for one, which is like, I think, one of the most important things that I need to do, which is to be kind. But I don't know, I don't think I've done that this Feb, and so I would need to do that for the coming months as well. And this is the finished February health summary. So I took note of what worked, what didn't work, what to improve, and what to keep from February. I had a much more extensive assessment compared to the January health summary. And I'm really happy because I really took some time to really assess all of the things that I am keeping track of and make sure that I'm also giving myself a good reinforcement whenever I see something that's working. So I will continue to do that in March. So I've already set up my tracker for March. As you can see, this is my food section, and I will be marking them off if I have eaten any of those. And one thing different that I've done for March is I combined my sleep, pain, and mood tracker and the habits here, because I feel like I can just keep them all in one table. And so I haven't set up my health summary here, and I don't know what else to do after that, but I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. I don't need to set up everything as is, but definitely I will be setting up a self-care bingo for March. I'll probably change the layout because if you notice, my January self-care is in a one spread layout, but this February I just relegated it to one page. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing the same one page thing here, or I'm gonna do a spread for the bingo. I haven't really decided yet, but I will set it up so that I can start keeping track of everything for self-care. And that is how I've been using my health planner, journal, log, however you want to call it. And I'm really happy. I think this is one of the most important planners and journals that I have because, as I mentioned, health is really important to me. The other one being my main planner. So those two are really my main planner systems that I always touch and revisit every single day. And I make sure that I keep track or fill it out on a daily basis. But other than that, things are going really well and I don't foresee any changes happening. And I'm really glad that I switched to a Hobonichi weeks this time because the common planner compact, even if it's compact, there's still a lot of notes pages out here that I didn't get to use. I'm thinking just use this as scratch paper. If I want to swatch things, if I want to like test out some of my pens, I will still use it. This has served me really well. But the Hobonichi weeks, I feel, is more than enough pages for my trackers. So this is really just a health log or a health tracker notebook more than anything else. If I feel like I would want to do a health journal, or if I want to, like when I bring this to the doctor, if I want to take notes of the doctor's observations in some of my health checkups, my regular health checkups, then I will write them here. Everything health related lives here. So yeah, I don't foresee any changes happening. Maybe the change that will only happen will be some tweaks and revisions in any of the trackers, and also when I do my end of month health reflection and summary. So far that has been really working out splendidly and I'm really happy about it. I'm really curious if you guys are also keeping a health log or a health planner. Please let me know in the comments, how has your journey been going? And if you would want to share some tips as well, maybe there's something that I am missing out on, or maybe it's something that I would want to keep track of as well. Not necessarily do another kind of tracking, but if there's something that you would want to share health related that has been working for you, a system of any sort, I would really want to know about it. I'm really interested to know how people have been using their planners functionally and how these planners are serving your purpose. So please do feel free to comment on the comment section. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you in the next one.